This watch is worth £60 of anyone's money. In fact, when it's not on sale and it's worth £77, I still think it's absolutely worth it. Change my mind. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Vintage Warlock channel. I hope that you are all safe and well. And today we are going to be having a look at the cheapest watch that I picked up in the AliExpress 11/11 sale. But I also think this watch is great to pick up outside of the sale as well. It is that cheap and that well built. I'm talking, of course, about the Addiesdive, which is the pilot's Flieger style watch that they have. It's obviously an homage to different Flieger style watches, the most prominent being IWC, although the Flieger watch in general is a very generic design. Now, as I've mentioned before, this watch retailed at £61 in the sale. Outside the sale, it's £77.87, which I think is worth it. It is the same price no matter the variation, so if you get a blue or a green dial or a black dial, which is the one that I would personally recommend, and whether you get it on a NATO strap, a bracelet or a leather band, again, you're going to be paying the same price. But the specs on this watch for the price are pretty good. In fact, I would say they're insanely good. Those specs, by the way, being 39mm in diameter, a lug-to-lug width of 49mm, a thickness of 12mm, and a lug width of 20mm. The construction of the case is all brushed 316L stainless steel, screw down crown, a screw down signed crown, giving the watch 200 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal with anti-reflective AR coating, which you can see the tinge of blue that comes with that on this version, and it is powered with the Seiko NH35. All of these are incredible specs to have on this watch, but there is one thing about this watch that really makes it stand out above the rest, and it's something that Addiesdive especially does really well. The loom is absolutely insane on this watch. It is so good. It is better than some watches that I've got in my collection which are over £500. In fact, it's even better than some of the watches that I've seen that are over £1,000. That's how good the loom is on this watch. But aside from these specs, the main draw to this watch is if you are into pilot style watches. Now, I actually bought this watch originally 2 years ago and I sold it pretty quickly because I didn't see the value in it, stupidly enough, and that was because at the time I was starting to get into watches properly and I was really more interested in the dive style watches and the divers watches, and I feel that was a bit of a mistake because I missed a bit of a gem with this one. Now, I originally bought this on the leather band and I've rebought it again on the leather band, despite in my 11/11 sale roundup saying that I would probably want to buy it on a NATO strap. And it's because I remember this band as being quite stiff and hard to use. However, after wearing it for a couple of weeks, this is a very thick leather band, it's sturdy, and it has conformed really well to my wrist. It does also come on an engineer style bracelet. It looks okay, just not really for me, so I didn't buy it on that one either. However, the proportions of this watch, and the reason why I went through the specs quite early on, of it being 39mm and 49 lug to lug and with of 12mm, means that it sits really well on the wrist and it wears really, really well too. It is very versatile. You can pretty much wear this watch anywhere. You can wear this in the office, you can wear this at the weekends. The leather band obviously helps with that, and with the 200 meters of water resistance, this is a perfect holiday watch that you can take away with you somewhere and swap out the leather band for a NATO style strap or even a mesh strap and then go swimming with it as well. And that's one of the real draws that I have to this watch. Now, I should add that I've left affiliate links in the description below if you are interested in buying this watch. Affiliate links, as I've always mentioned, will not cost you any extra. It will just give you a few extra coins that will go to the VW purse, which will help me buy some more watches in the future. Now, if you want to buy this watch on sale, good news is with AliExpress, they tend to have these mini super deals and mini sales throughout the year. The next one that they've got, which is a big sale, is coming up in March. However, this watch does come onto sale quite often. In fact, I've seen it in the last few months come on to super deals or quick deals where it's gone down to its £60 original price tag. So if you're happy to buy it at £77, and I don't see why you wouldn't, because it is a pretty good watch, click on the link and buy it. If you're not sure, click on the link, add it to your cart, and just wait until it goes onto sale. It will reserve it for you, I think for 30 days, or maybe that's the cookies for the commissions. I don't know. Either way, you can save it into your basket and just wait until that price drops as well. But otherwise, we're going to have a look at the dial of this watch, and the dial itself is actually pretty nice. Now, I think that the black is definitely a good choice. If I'd have gone for the blue or the green, I don't think I would have liked this watch just as much. The numerals aren't white and the indices aren't right. They're actually more of a green colour, and that's because of the amount of lume that's pumped into this watch. It is obviously glowing, and you can even see it in the daytime, the glow from all the lume on that. It practically looks bloody radioactive, if you ask me. At the 3 o'clock, you've got a date window on there. It's a very simple sort of date window that's been cut out there. Writing on this watch is very simple, and it's just in the same vein that you would expect from a Flieger or a Pilot style watch. You've just got Addiesdive and the logo on the top, and then underneath you've got automatic 200 meter, and that's it. No other writing apart from the Arabic numerals. 1 to 2, missing out the 3, all the way through to 11. You've got a triangle and 2 dots at the 12, and then you've got obviously these baton indices throughout as well. And it's a very simple style, but it looks really, really good. Now, the case itself is completely brushed, and it's actually brushed quite well. As you can see from the footage on here, it seems to be quite symmetrical. The brushing is fine as well. Crown is signed with the Adidas, no, the Addiesdive logo, not Adidas as we say in the UK, or Adidas as you say in the US. On the caseback, it's quite a nice caseback actually. You've got the Addiesdive logo again, and the Addiesdive logo is 2 harpoons, a pair of goggles, some stars, and then a circle around it. Random bits of diving equipment that you've got. However, together it doesn't look too bad actually. I think it looks okay. And just printed around it, you've got Addiesdive, all stainless steel, automatic movement, NH35, and divers, which I think is actually a little bit cheeky, because I think for it to be a divers watch, it has to be ISO. So sure, that's how that works. So I think it needs to, that will probably need to change to you know, just 200 meter water resistance. Let me know in the comments below. I'm pretty sure that divers means that it has to be ISO certified, or maybe that's just something that the Japanese watches and the Swiss watches do. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you know that or not. On wrist, as I mentioned before, this watch wears pretty well. There is a bit of a downturn on the lugs, which does help it somewhat. The leather band itself, I think one of the reasons I got rid of the watch in the first instance is because I was sick and tired of having to wait for the leather band to sort of go in. But after about a month or so of wearing this watch, it really has conformed quite nicely to my wrist, and it's quite supple and comfortable now as well. And because of it being quite thick, it is going to last that little bit longer too. With the AR coating on the sapphire crystal, you can see the bluish tinges on it on my camera, or from the camera. To the naked eye, it is, you can sort of see it when you catch it at certain angles, but it's really not that noticeable at all from the naked eye, and that just adds to how well this watch wears and how well it looks. All in all, I really like this watch, and I'm annoyed at myself for selling it a bit earlier, but luckily it is still pretty cheap, and I was able to pick this up at the price that I wanted within the sale. This watch offers a hell of a lot. I mean, you've got sapphire crystal with AR coating, absolutely heaps of lume, and NH35 powering this watch as well. I mean, what more could you ask for £61? And in fact, I still think at £77, I still think that's a hell of a watch for the money, and I still think it's a great buy. What do you guys think? Do you like the Addiesdive? Have you bought the Addiesdive? Do you think it is bad, or do you think it's good? Let me know in the comments below. Let's see if anyone can change my mind on this. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I've also got my links to Instagram and TikTok in the description below. I've got my Amazon storefront, which is still open for the Christmas period, and I've also got my eBay store as well, where I sell some of my watches from my personal collection in order to raise money for new watches to come in for review. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching the video today. I really appreciate it. I think we're getting close to 6,000 subscribers now, so that is amazing as well. So thank you very much, and I will see you all in a future video.